Hello, Kalu Kalay. How are we doing today? My name is Notepad, and On and I usually write games for fun, but today we're just gonna kind of do some work. That's really it. I really wish that I could say something a lot more fascinating and a lot more, like, interesting or something. There really isn't anything actually interesting to talk about. We did get a dev comment, though. We did get a very exciting dev comment from the, we actually got a dev comment from the actual dev of Anima Beyond Fantasy, so we're making it, everybody. We are, as they say in the hood, gaming. But if we look over here, generally speaking, we're not really streams, but I can definitely believe that we're caught up on streams. I think that's the most important thing, is that if I believe we're caught up on, that means we will be caught up on the stream. See, called a positive work ethic. And positive work ethics let life work easy. It's as simple as that. It ain't, but I could damn well believe. See, that's what something I believe. Let me yeah, but not other. Let's. Okay, we need to go back here. I put. See, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to find the thumbnail I used for. I'm trying to find the thumbnail I used for the Japanese RPG case. And where are Savior Psychos? Evangelion. It's not where it's supposed to be. That's kind of the problem. It's not where it's supposed to be. What? Where are you? Ah, there we go. The Curio. Okay, goddamn. Alright, everyone, let's open up Paint on. Start fixing files, because this is my life now. So, if anyone has questions, now is the time to actually start asking them. I am what they say, am kinda just vibing with. That is what I do. Aren't we working on anything too exciting? Very simple answer. They're not working on anything because they don't like starting things on Friday. Why don't I like starting things on Friday? Very simple reason. Because I usually forget everything. Hey. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Did not mean to click that button. Hello. Now, for what we're doing today is what we're doing right now is effectively what I do for every one of these streams as I make this. Usually just takes me a bit to get everything set up. This one was pretty. Quite a few different games. Let's see. Yeah, we got the locker, right? This is where we just introduced. Start with 16, 12, 12, 16, 13. This is the Scrapped Princess TRPG. This is, how do I want to do this right? Technically, it would be. Group SNE. It's a group SNE. TL, if I remember correctly. Let's see. Fine, 2003. Princess RPG back in 2003, and then we do the L of, let me see, the have am I smart enough to actually talk about who trans? Okay, no. I am not smart enough to do that. So what we're going to do is we're going to open you up. We're going to open you up. We're going to open you up, and then we go to the Curious Case Japanese G's. We open up the Scrapped Princess. Our hello, Scrap Princess. How are you? Published by that because these guys are fucking allergic for. These people are fucking allergic to actually telling people. Let's see. Translated notes. Translated. Awkward. 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 And let's see. Scrapped Princess and. Scrapped Princess. There you go. Ends at. Ends at there. I did not realize the Scrapped Princess RPG on that fucking long. Jesus. Why did I keep it why did I go that the other one is Revulture, I believe. Vulture and Revulture was published up here. Hello, Vulture. Let's see. This was game design. What is you? Fuyu Draco. Revulture, Fuyu Draco. When did you come out exactly? Do I remember when this game came out? Oh, thanks. I'm going to give him a free review copy of it in the future. You also forget to send me whatever. Yeah, I need to redo it. I think I deleted the file on accident. Good evening. Thinking about making one of those old style designs of picking through the paper folded 8 times and struggling picking a theme for it though. Yeah, they just take times. I need something equally stupid. Yeah, that's half the fun. Like, you just need a silly idea. I even mentioned. I can find the Draconian. Hello, Booth. It's been a while. Let's see. Fast. Because. Yeah, Draco does a lot of weak games. I will say that right now. They do a lot of weak shit. And you're like, damn, what the fuck are you smoking with this? And I'm like, I'm in. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm in. I just want to know, like, what's what are we cooking tonight? Because I feel like we're cooking something and it may be meth. Oh, so world design, data design. Oh. Not have the exact date for this. Fuck did this damn game come out? Normally they would have copyright date on it, but since it's a booth PDF, they may not have the copyright. Unless we do. Let's see. No, that. I mean, I guess we can take a look at anything. 3/17/24. So. Welcome to the wonderful world of like trying to find the right dates for everything. It's very fun. It's a very fun and exciting experience, I swear. But this is like my thing that I always like citing the exact date for everything. Let's think. What am I looking for here? We want to do. Yes, we don't have that. Now they can kind of die. Bring up a picture of Sky Eaters to give you an idea of why they're a little spooky. So, Sky Eaters are gigantic death robots we made that shoot Xiae particles that eradicate everything, and they really hate humans. Mostly because we programmed them to kill. One of those games that is trying to be 15 minutes. 3 hours and 16 minutes, so we don't know the exact date. TL by Sang our good friend, because Sang is a friend of the channel. Sang is our favorite Vietnamese. And next one was B. Now, I'm gonna show everyone Beast Vine Trinity because it's funny. Now, Beast Vine Trinity is I've been described to me as Japanese World of Darkness. Yes, welcome to Beastbind Trinity. Fear. Fear. And that was 2009? Dude, that was two. That's 2011, TL by Sang, of course. We only went over these three. Yeah, we only went over these three. We didn't go over Tokyo. Yeah, we didn't go over Tokyo Inception. We decided to go over that the next one. So, okay. I think that's what I was looking at. That, and... Pick my starter, and we this. Technically, I could probably do that pretty safely. Looks like we're talking top a little bit. Cool. So we grab up here. Schedule. I want to schedule this, so I'm leaving on the 13th. We want to schedule this. Let's put this on the 14th of January. 14th of January, Curious Cases, done, show more, we want it. go up properly. We do that. And then we talk about video games. I love video games. How many games company have you? How many games from the company have you? First, I did the RPG or Neil Breen, No Monsters, Tony Wiseau, Charlie Sheen, Steven Seagal. How many games of the company have you reviewed? A handful at this point. I like the idea of being more cool. Doomsday Prophecy mechanic. You use good game about soap operas and bad action movies. Salutations. Filter cover is still quite something. In retrospect, a lot of younger, I'm not sure, kind of like programs have just become podcast shows. Like the Andrew Tate one is just wavelength at that. Yeah, like there's some podcast people who that's just how they operate, and I can respect. That's just how it is. Excellent. Alright, games for fun. 329 introduction. Good job, me. So, introducing the case. So what are we doing today? Well, today we're not going to be writing any games. We're instead going to be going over a few. Well, we're going to go over, could say. So these games are big money makers, and people really like money makers because you even get things like, hey, Avatar Legends Root. Magpie's two big games is two games that they do not own the actual franchise rights for. Someone else makes this franchise. Welcome to the exciting world of hitting the RuneScape Meet and Fuck Kingdom. You and yeah. Skip Meet and Fuck Kingdoms. Let's see. This was Steamforge. Steamforged Games, the RuneScape RPG, RuneScape Adventure, RuneScape Kingdoms, TRPG. Release date. Let me just. Date is Shadow of Elvrog 2024. This came out pretty recently. And the RuneScape game is so fucking weird to me. Yeah, it's laziness. Like it. Yeah. Yeah, it's an extremely lazy game, and it's really fascinating of just how not very good it is. And I'm like, okay, you could like don't hurt me this way, and you're like, nope, we're gonna do it. I'm like, no, okay. Brad Howard and Chris Taylor, because this isn't technically part of their actual company of Rowan Deckard and Card, which is a little bit weird. It was part of another. I'm like 2 hours into this thing and the already dying. What is Sky? Now it is for the longest time. This was 3 years ago, so that would be about 2021 ish. 2021. Technically, it would be earlier than that because it was originally released on a completely different site. Because it was released on a different site, it gets a little bit more. It gets a lot more messy in that regard. Five two 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 5. Video game grinding is about zoning out, listening to podcasts. TRPGs demand your full attention when done well. It doesn't seem bad. It's just, why would you grind inside of a TRPG? Yeah, it's. The thing is, They did it because it's RuneScape, and that's the appeal of the franchise. Like that's why you are actually willing to put that money in, kind of thing. Is like, yo, it's RuneScape. That's something that I know what RuneScape is. TM's. I know what RuneScape is, and because I know what RuneScape is, I'm going to be more willing to. Uh, I'm going to sound terrible saying this. Consume product. This wasn't Rowan Deckard and Card, even though that's effectively a company, because they didn't do that because that's really some. Now we're going to talk about another franchise that I think we all love, Tomb Raider. Yeah, Lara Croft's Tomb Raiders, the extremely bizarre. Like, if you want a weird game, Lara Croft's Tomb Raiders is very strange. You can't really. It's let's see. Because the thing is, Lara Croft's Tomb Raiders never technically came out. That's one of those weird things. Like, it never technically released. Yeah, you kind of see here, like. Out of Lara Croft Square Enix earlier this month, 2023. And it was all by one guy, effectively. It was just his passion project. It was Matthew Gaston. This is 2023, Lara Croft's Tomb Raiders, which I find still immensely sad. Still, there's a part of me that my heart aches for fucking Tomb Raider a little bit here. I'm not even like a huge Tomb Raider, but I ache a little bit for it because this was clearly this guy's passion project. And Shin Megami, Shin Megami Tensei, um, fucking. But as our final game of the evening, we are going to be looking at another super autism project. Behold, Shin Megami Tensei, the role playing RPG, Tokyo Conception. Tokyo Conception, which is very weird game to talk about when you start musing about the idea of the Shin Megami Tensei RPGs, which technically because of Jaeger, we have it out now. Uh Originally it was yeah, the TL was technically by and trying to find actually be by Tosuke Yusuke. How do you use a little bit of digging, show my face as a game mechanic. If you've doing a lot, and yes, I was like, oh, he does no. This was teaching much. Okay, let's buzz out of this is who he is. A lot translating. 1962, yes, born in 1960 fucking two. He did a lot of different games. Most notably, he did the Paradise Fleet RPG. Couldn't find anything on that. Yokohama. This is where effectively, because fourth and four, Magic the Gathering. What's the company? Shin Megami. Shin Megami Tensei the RPG. Shin Megami Tensei RPG, not Lion Wing, not you. Bring me the actual. Give me the actual wiki. Shin Megami Tensei RPG. This was all published by. Oh God, who was the publisher? Let's see, Rare Awakening. This is Nocturne Tokyo Conception. Technically, 4. Yes, you got to remember this game originally came out in 2004. Um, because if I'm correct, I want to find. Who fucking published? That's what I want to know. Who published? I believe it was it Atlas? I believe back in 90. You look over here to the first initial one was by Kazuya. He is the guy who was is what he's doing. He did the first edition. Was done. This is third edition. By aspect. Let's see. Published magazine. Supplement. Enterbrain. At least by Enterbrain. Okay, so it was Enterbrain. Enterbrain 2004, which is technically Katakawa, by the way. Yeah, it's Katakawa. Yeah, don't forget that funny bit. And okay, we've got that. We talk about Tokyo Conception quite a bit because Tokyo Conception's a very weird, interesting thing to talk about. Which I did debate on doing the video, like the end of the year video on Tokyo Conception, because it is that interesting. Mm, mm, Kickstarter. I think I look in Kickstarter for like 5 minutes. I'm like, I'm dead. I'm dead on the inside, so I just stopped doing. Okay, so we want to do schedule this. We're bringing one out on the 14th. We need to bring one out on one. This one will come out on the 28th. Then we bring franchise case. We love the franchise game. Cases, of course. Okay, the hard part's done. Oh, don't, no, that's the wrong way. Yippee-ki-yay, everyone, we did it. We did the hard part. Happy to see I got the SMT game uploaded. Let me know if the scans are fucked up and need to be redone. Yeah, we'll have to look at it. Oh, and magical girls smoke alone. Do 6.5 flower instead of Tokyo. You're just weebs. Dublin, running grimy industrial city. Yeah. All right. So with that video autism done for the past 30 minutes, let's go to the other brand of video autism. There we go. We technically have all the Yick streams all lined up and ready to go. What we need to do now is we need to hit visibility. We need to go to private. I need to find. I cannot escape Yick Vangelion. That is the scariest fucking thing I've ever seen. Broken Trinity XXL Flicker Goon Edition. You may not like it, but I'm min-maxing my Flicker Gooning. It technically comes out on the 29th, and bring that out at 1 o'clock. Obviously we do not tell anyone about the release of Yick 1.5, and we there. Broken Trinity XXL Never Ending Goon Set Rebuild. Yep. Let's see. Garden of Eden, Zoombat, opening theme song. Okay, so we're gonna go all the way back to the. So, Notepad's Divine Comedy, September 5th. Midnight in the Garden of Sneed. We don't need to worry about that, man. Heaven, Cruciform. Don't need to worry about that. Working for the weekend. Everybody's working for the weekend. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Other category, we're gonna do up real fast. I, myself, and me. Since it is an I, myself, and me stream, we add that in. I, myself, and me. Okay, stop that now. We hit you. Yeah, there is nothing productive going on here. We're gonna put that on the 30. But the early ones, so Zoinkin It, as one might say. What's in the Zoinkin It? I believe that would be yeah, that's one of the early. So we need to put that under. The Broken Crucible is too large. You know what that means, everyone? That means we have to go to paint.net. We hit Broken Crucible, and then Notepad and on the prolonged gaslighting of Horus. Find it funny. Broken. Playlist, new playlist, add title, Broken Crucible. Coming as gods with laser guns and genocidal accidents. Oopsie doopsie. We do that. Hello. Schedule 31st. Hit that button. Bug. Today we go here. Notepad's Divine Comedy, Midnight in the Garden of Sneeden. Midnight in the Garden of Sneeden, because Sneeden, that means we're particular. Sneeden. Schedule. We're gonna put you, I guess. Just time. Time is a rev. You know, time doesn't matter. That's the funny thing. My heart dev. Because if we're using, yeah, we're still inside the Sprug. We're still inside the Sprug workshop, but that means we're still working on Broken Crucible point. Other, we want you, we want here, we want all on the 31st, 8 at midnight. I'll Some other seat snacks over there? There they are. Yeah, they are. Question. What would the job be of vigilante? What would be the job of vigilante? Kind of depends. Good cabaretting indeed. You broken crucible. Roll down here. No, I get some people asking me like, why do I turn off subscriptions on specifically this channel? I turn off subscriptions here because there are a lot of videos that come out at once, and I get annoyed when people upload like 8 billion videos at once. I get kind of annoyed by that. I try to prevent that as much as possible. That's why the thing is, like, I don't actually encourage people to like follow this channel. I really don't. You know, like if I had it my way, I would say bookmark it and let it go. And this, like, if you want to, you know, check back in it every now and again, probably things have updated, but like I do shit like this. And because I do shit like this, it's the actual process gets a little bit shakier. So clicky 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 clicky. Adventure ho! Wild things are, you need to go on the 31st and are going. Market time, Crucible, we schedule it for the 31st at 12:15, so you come out a little bit later than everyone else. No, I don't. Changes. We grab in. Horus's cuckening is over, maybe. Because always remember, Broken Crucible was Horus's game that he said I couldn't do, and I wrote it, and it was done, and I'm happy with it. There's probably some more things I could do to fix Broken Crucible, but it's one of those games where I'll never feel like entirely happy with it, because it's just never perfect. It's one of those problems. SRD 2, so we want to make a new playlist SRD Nightmare 2. What about a second set of schedule? We are going to release the second. This one was a little bit strange because I went to New York in the middle of doing this, but they were very need to do 2 first, and then we do SRD 2 schedule for the first, and then what you need a. I'm not responding to things. I apologize. Damn, the backlog is a lot. Yeah, I may have just rechecked my guts about eating chocolate stripe covered chocolate chip cookie. Wait, you made a Dallas RPG SRD? Yes, I did. And if you go to the sprugworkshop.crd.co, you too can now engage in the USSRD, the People's RPG, LaERPs, the legally distinct copy of that one game, and the JRSD, Primetime Hour, or you could be aligned with Center. Don't sue me, Steve Jackson. Yes, it's right here. It's fully available if you want to hit prime time. Yes, and all of the artwork is done by me and Manly, of course. I felt that was very appropriate that me and Manly return to our great thing. I actually wrote a lot of this. A lot of this game is actually written in New York. That sounds like weird to say, but yeah, a lot of the game was actually written up in New York. How a lot of it was supposed to work, anyway. Yep, it's there. Technically, there's the pre-gaming. What we free, hit that. Sure. Description. Start your life, open up your eyes, and receive the lights of 1985. Hey, like, mostly I do this for myself. Like, that's, I think, one of the funniest things. Like, I do a vast majority. Okay, I don't need need to do but you. I am there. We're going to double check all of the. What we're going to do is we're going to double check all of the playlists and reorganize them if need be. I just want to get everything set up. Night, the Garden of Sino, Dunkerchino, this cartoon. Or that other one. I wasn't feeling great. It's gonna be real exciting when I hit the Okay, we hit you, then we do it. To hit you, hit you. So that should be okay. What we're gonna do is we're gonna look at playlists now. We're gonna look at the SRD Nightmare. 1, 2, 3. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Nope, did not mean to click on that. Nope, stop clicking on that. Need to move you to the top. So 1, 2, 3. There's 4. Forget eat live. Let's check, everybody. Acronym therapy for our souls. I cannot escape. Here, let's see. Tier 1. Okay, we got all of this. Mother Russia Bleed. Rootin' Tootin' Notepad, and there we go. We're doing root. Fear the End. We've got all of this. We've got you. Got you. Midnight in the Garden of Midnight. One, two, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. There we go. Nicely. Other is literally just seemingly random videos at this point, effectively. Like the the Christmas stream is there. Like, I don't even have a Christmas stream anymore. Let's see. Should not be here. Editing YouTube. Why are you out of order? You should go to the bottom. There we go. Fear 1, Fear 2, Fear 3. There you go. Nice order. Way it should be, but it doesn't because YouTube is silly. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I lost the first video of Fist of Chaos. I don't know what the fuck happened. Video game, yeah, Notepad is alone in the dark. Yeah. Grab bag, technically the Fear 2. Plays a random game and get mad. Yeah, if you ever want to watch a man just get irrationally angry at video games, just watch that. God, I love Yick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 6, 7, 7, 7, 7. Go. Every order here. Everything should be scheduled for the right time. Okay, cool. Everything should be ordered correctly. And now get to do. Find the cruciform. We're going to upload the cruciform 1 second. Ooh. Technically, should do here. Cruciform, cruciform. Cruciform Obsession Project. Notepad fights his inner demons. Where's Lonely Sacrament? There we go. Sacrament technically 9. Because that's 9, we hit cruciform number 9. We hit second. Session project hit E. Okay. A couple more need to get updated more than anything. So we've made good. Actually, we can Dunkachino. What is Dunkachino exactly? Midnight Garden of Sneeden. Ooh, goodness gracious me.
And again, there's a reason why people, like millions upon millions upon millions of people love and play Skyrim content. Daring to impress.
Talking to myself in the midnight hours. We other you scheduled second. Yeah, okay. I think we made pretty good time. Happy Boobmas, yes. Didn't Tom Bloom end up working PBTA Blades into his own system as least he did for Kane? Yeah, that's what he did for all his games. That's the secret. There. Ah, right there. Ooh. Ugh. Ah. Yeah, it's the big thing when it comes in the TRPG sphere, it gets a little bit wonky. Because legally speaking, you cannot copyright mechanics. And because you cannot copyright mechanics, it is in a space where technically you could just make Fate. Right now, you could make your own version of Fate, not cite anybody, and no one can stop you. Not a single human being. I am Leia, slur maxing as always. No one can actually legally stop you. All of the forks you see of like Blades in the Dark, all the forks you see of Powered by the Apocalypse, you don't technically need to do any of that. You never needed to do it. However, there's a beautiful thing called brand synergy. And brand synergy is a very simple idea. So, to give you all a little bit of an idea, my regular account, my famous account, as one might say. Now, the big thing is, when it comes to something like Blades in the Dark, effectively, let's imagine this is Blades in the Dark. Actually, let's imagine this is Blades in the Dark. You make your own fork of Blades in the Dark, but Blades in the Dark is a lot bigger than you. So what you do is, you become part of the Blades in the Dark network. Blades in the Dark is now larger. There's another game. It's also forked from Blades in the Dark. Blades in the Dark is now larger. This person forks it. This person forks it. This person forks it. Blades in the Dark is now even larger by comparison. Oh, someone forks it over here, and then someone forks it over here, and be like, oh, well, we want to make our own space. You're not actually making part of your own space. What you're doing is just being subsumed by the original product. Because all of these people benefit. You know, all of these little people who are making their own games, using the exact same system and crediting it, everyone is benefiting from this. This is effectively a gigantic scheme to pump numbers. Legally speaking, this person can make the exact same game. Literally not a single thing different. They can do that, get completely away with it, and legally speaking, no one can do anything. Unless they can prove definitively that you copy and pasted text. And that is very difficult to do in a court of law, because how many ways can you write, how to roll dice, for example? But it is more financially and socially acceptable, let's be honest with ourselves, to be part of the homogenous mass. We all want to work together because we all benefit from it. But we don't really need to. That's one of the other problems. Isn't translated. Vampire got translated 2022, but stores sell fully localized copies of Zaibatsu. Well, it's all translated, but unofficially. Well, yeah, fun fact. I actually know one of the guys who localized Zaibatsu. Fun fact. Yeah, I know one of the people who work there. No Spanish translators were designated live for D&D 5e, yet large Spanish publisher sells fan-translated copy as their own. Yeah, it's... Everyone says thing, but 5e, and some make their own game, ripping off mechanics. Yeah, because at the end of the day, like 5e, for example... 5e is the entire TRPG sphere, like 5 to 10 people. You're noticing it, Simber. You're starting to look. You're starting to see things. You're starting to notice. How does it feel? It's one of the things is that everyone benefits if we work together. We can all support one another, and we're all better at the end, right? However, there's a secret here that they don't want to tell you, and it's called a pyramid scheme. This sounds extremely terrible to say, but let me explain. Effectively, let's let's get that. Have this. So I'm not saying that Blaze in the Dark is a pyramid scheme, but it's a oh god. Ah, people are slipping. You monster. Entire comic scenes, 5-10 people are all part of the same polycule, and everyone else got excluded from said polycule. So the idea with like Blades in the Dark is that everyone feeds upwards. There are many Blades in the Dark games that are everything but that. There are many of these little games. You do not know about 90% of them. You want to know why you don't know about 90% of them? Because they're made by people who aren't already famous. You want to know why people give a shit about Tom Bloom, formerly Tom Parkinson Morgan, because he took his wife's last name. You want to know why? Because he makes about 20 grand a month off a fucking comic, a webcomic he made, an immensely successful webcomic. If Tom Bloom, formerly Tom Parkinson Morgan, because he took his wife's last name, did not have Kill 6 Billion Demons, he would be nothing. Lancer would not exist. It would be a niche game on itch.io that you would see once in a blue moon, and no one would give a shit about it. No one would give a shit about Blades in the Dark if fucking the guy who made it was not already big in the scene and they promoted the shit out of it. And the fact that it's literally just Dunwall. It's just Dishonored, guys. I don't know why people keep saying that Blades in the Dark is anything but just Dishonored. It's just Dishonored. And guess what was really popular around that time? You're right, Dishonored was really popular. And, well, you start seeing things. Even, like, people talk about, like, the immense success of, like, oh, man, Apocalypse World was so successful. Oh, Apocalypse World was this, and Apocalypse World was that. You gotta remember, Apocalypse World, it was successful because of about 1,000 different little factors, all playing together, and the fact that Lumpley Studios effectively was the co-owner of the Forge, effectively speaking. You saw him the first time you logged on to the largest indie TRPG form on the internet at the time, by an immensely famous, Ron Edwards, comparatively speaking, person inside of the RPG sphere. And he was right there constantly. If he was not popular, if he was not there, Apocalypse World would be a footnote. There are so many little factors that build into the success of things. Being a good game is not one of them. This is a very long-winded rant. Aegon as well. Yeah, again, it's like the entire idea is you get people who invest down here. You're making your own thing. You are trying to be, famous down here. Some of them rise up. Some of them get better. Some of them manage to escape the bucket effectively. I'm going to use the crab bucket technology. But the thing is, these people are still moving up. These people are still moving up. Blades of the Dark ends up with everything at the end of the day, which is one of the biggest issues of what happens with Apocalypse World. Apocalypse World. Apocalypse World was kind of a unique case because its license was so open that any kind of financial benefit that they could have through, co-productions effectively. Remember, Apocalypse World doesn't have a major distributor. Blaze in the Dark has fucking Evil Hat. One of the, if not the largest technical indie publishers in the entire sphere. Fucking Fate was owned by them. Yeah, let's not forget that. Blades in the Dark isn't like this little, Blades in the Dark is not like a little itty bitty, like, oh, whoa, this is a true little indie game. No, this is a million, like, this is a company with a lot of money and a lot of assets. And they damn well know what this is a publishing company. They had a lot of things. Apocalypse World didn't have any of that. So instead of the cycle being, you kind of feed back into the original loop, Apocalypse World ended up literally losing everything, and there's a reason why they have to literally ask for food at some points, because they couldn't afford food. Or every single time they launch a Kickstarter, they have to, hey, you used PBTA, please give us a kickback. Because people have made their own PBTA variants, and they don't have to pay anyone. You think Avatar Legends with $9 million paid a fucking dime to the guys who made Apocalypse World? No, they didn't pay a fucking dime to them. They didn't need to. They didn't want to. They gave you a nice little citation saying this is based off of this and not anything else. The thing with something like Blades in the Dark that's a little bit different is Blades in the Dark has a pretty much synergistic way of doing things. If these guys are part of it, that means everyone's knowing Blades in the Dark. And that means if you want to play some of these games even, you gotta buy Blades in the Dark. They're pretty much trying to create a synergistic marketing. In the most horrifying corporate way of wording things, they are trying to create a synergistic marketing system. The system is how it works. People just saw Neopets and threw money at it. Notepad, that's not a gas man. I tried, okay? I was talking to Starving Arse the other. We actually meet IRL and brag about how none of us are getting published. We all kind of agreed that the only way to break out is to latch onto something already popular. Meme, IP, political event. Cross-pollination. Again, it's synergistic management solutions. It's my favorite. One of the ideas is, if you want to get popular, you gotta know people. And that's why it's always strange when I notice the same people crop up in a lot of these games. Like, one guy, I don't even know the guy. He could be a wonderful person, and he could be a nice and wonderful human being. I see Gabe Hicks fucking everywhere. I see this man fucking everywhere. He pops up. Oh, password. Maybe he's not able because of that. But yeah, like, you will see Gabe Hicks in a bunch of different places. You will see the same names cropping up very consistently, and you see the same names cropping up consistently. It's always the same thing. No offense to OSR people, but everyone ripping chunks of each other so good games blend into each other. Yeah, I notice it a lot more with indie games because, and I've talked about this before, people have accused me of being like, you just don't like indie games, so you're a chud, you're this, you're that, you're a channer or whatever, and you don't like any of these diverse games. But I don't think people quite understand. I talk about them because they could actually be interesting. That's like one of the problems. Like, OSR stuff, shit blends together for me. They all look the same. Like, the only people who are legitimately interesting to me from a, like, OSR standpoint are the people with a story, and it's not necessarily even about, like, the game. Like, the game about Lamentations of the Flame Princess is not as interesting to me anyway than Raggy, the man who made Lamentations of the Flame Princess. Raggy is a creature. We don't know who the fuck, like, we don't know why Raggy is the way that he is. We just know Raggy is, and that's one of the interesting parts of the Raggy experience, you could say. Or that's why you care about that game, not even necessarily because it's, how do I want to word it? It's not even necessarily because it's a good game or a bad game. It's because it's an interesting game, and that's like, oh, okay, I can see it now. I'm seeing this. You are a weird guy, Raggy, and you have no clothes on. I'm going to read the game now. One guy that hit with plagiarism claimed the OSR sphere. Yes. Yeah, Unconquered. Remember that article about how awful our colleagues are? Yeah, it's... Well, yeah, of course we forgot. Like, from what I was understanding, a lot of artists moved to TRP after COVID video game layouts. A lot of them just want to make art books, very bare bones mechanics. Well, the thing is, that is categorically a lie, Simber. See, the thing is, art books sell really well, relatively speaking. You get a fucking star. You get a big award for 50 sales on DTRPG worth 50 cents or more. Yeah, you can get an award. You get a thing on you that you become part of the top 20% of salespeople by spending $25. You have now entered the upper echelons. Yeah, you have entered the upper echelons. And the thing is, and like one of the hardest parts about, you know, TRPGs in general is, let's say there's like this new cool video game. Oh, cool. You know, it's me, everybody. Oh, cool. This is a cool video game. I want to play that video game. Now, the thing is, what happens is, hey, I play it, you know, I'm playing it on my cool computer, and it's dog shit. It's the worst fucking thing ever created by man. I can refund that Refunds are very simple. That's the thing. You buy a book, you buy a PDF on DTRPG for $20, for $10 or whatever, and it's bad, you can't return it. You already have it. You can't, there's no like sale back or anything like that. Like there's nothing like that, especially when it comes to digital goods like PDFs. Like if you buy a book, like a physical book, you can like maybe resell it, but that's like pennies on the dollar sometimes. You spend $50, you know, you spend 50, 60 bucks on a book, you can maybe get 10 bucks out of it at a, you know, selling it secondhand if you're lucky, or maybe you try the eBay or something like that. But one of the best ways to sell a game, though, is to have a pretty art style. You gotta look right. And because you see it, you look at it, you say, okay, I can buy this now, that you don't even need to play the game. So the game becomes gradually over time more secondary. Yeah, it's becoming it. The problem with like, oh, it's just an art game, oh, it's just that, is that art games sell a lot. And we see that more with like franchise games. Well, why do we want to do franchise games? Because you're going to buy Avatar Legends no matter what. Because you're an Avatar fan. You'll never play the game. You don't want to play the game. The game's a secondary thing for all the shit and to support, you know, Avatar. That's the point, almost. Oh, hey, you aren't playing... you know, it's... You know, you're playing something you already have investment in, and you're all, like, you don't even really care if the game's good or not. You just care about the additional product. Like, it's terrible for someone like me who doesn't do art at all. Exactly. That's something I've been actually struggling with Cruciform quite a bit. It's like, doesn't matter how much effort and work you put into a game. It's like, yeah, sorry, you just don't do artwork. Sorry, you're fucked, really. Like, because my problem is that I have legitimately no interest in doing art. I don't much care for it. Like, doodles are one thing, but like, oh, draw a box 8 million times. I just don't find that interesting. Like, I just don't... Like, I don't derive entertainment from that. And that's hard for me. Is like, I just do not derive, you know... This does not spark joy. So, we've got that idea. Like, we want to sell TRPGs to people. We need eye-catching. We need to make it pretty. We need to make it fast. But then it's like, okay, here's my cool RPG. Let's say I've got a team of 3 people. Now, I'm the lead dev. I have written the most of the game. We have an editor. They have edited my game. And we have an artist. Now, our artist, editor, and lead dev of this game, how do we divide spoils? Let's say, how do we divide everything? I can tell you one thing. Artist doesn't want to take a division. He wants everything up front because this isn't going to sell. If he does take a cut, he's going to probably want a good cut of it. That's how you got something like FEV, which FEV is a real fucking weird one. Let me see if I can actually... Because Friendship, Effort, Victory really... It highlighted a very weird and very surreal situation. So... no, this isn't it. This is the handout. Do I have the... Yes, I have the original. So, this is Friendship, Effort, Victory. Now, take a note of this name. Now, Kamala Kara Arroyo. Okay, easy enough to understand. When we go down here, Far Horizons Cooperative. We got all of that. Shares were established as follow. 2 shares per 1,600 words, 1 share per 1,600 words, 20 shares for cover art, 20 shares for full page art, 2 page art, and so on. Effectively, the profits of this project, less than 10%, went to the actual fucking writer. Less than 10%. 64 went to the artist. 64% of this book went to the artist. And the art isn't even that good. Actually, pretty awful. And you're like, oh, he did a 2-page piece with Christopher Falco. He doubled his shares effectively by doing a 2-page piece. And again, the artwork in this game is shit. I'm not gonna beat around the bush. It does not look good to me. It looks very weird. But that's kind of the problem. No shit, artist wants to, shares, because that was the only way to really do it. The best part of the project, I wonder why I should pivot to making art books, which is a shame because I fell in love with the medium. Who does more work, the writer or the artist? According to that, the artist did, but yeah, it's one of those weird things where art books sell. They do. People like buying art. But I think one of the things is that I think one of the reasons why art books do not sell well, but these weird art book games sell well, because you're not selling an art book necessarily. You're selling a game with great art, right? That's a good deal, right? I'm selling you a great game, a game with great art, so it's a win-win, right? Here's the thing, and I've talked about this before, and I'll talk about it again and again. We'll go to itch.io. We love itch.io, right, everyone? We love it. So I go to new and popular. Now let's go top sellers. Top sellers, Lancer. I want you to imagine something for me. I want you to close your eyes and imagine not this art. I want you to not imagine this art. None of this. Do you think Lancer would be successful? No, I don't think so. I think Lancer would have died. Do you think Kane would be successful if this was not a spread here? And the fact that it was trying to rip off 8 billion different things at once? Oh yeah, no, it would not do well at all. It would do absolutely fucking nothing. No one would have known about this. It would have died immediately. It's because it looks right. It doesn't need a game. Game is secondary. RPGs have the co-op factor. A bad game is extra bad if you're playing it by yourself, but a decent game can be a great game with friends. Fatal is always fun with friends. Always remember that. I know you have no love for Morkborg, but it seemed like such a good thing to work with if you're an artist. If you basically art book TRPG hybrids. Fucking hate Morkborg. I fucking hate it. I loathe it. I loathe it because it's the thing with it. And I remember that my very first video I ever made of the Little Opinions, I effectively said, Morkborg is just it's using the aesthetic of a TRPG rather than being a TRPG, and I fucking stand by that statement. It is my hardest statement I've ever made, and it's still, and I stand by it, no truth in it. Morkborg does not give a shit about dice. It doesn't give a fuck you play the game. That's completely secondary. All that it matters is that you have purchased that book and that you have it on your shelf. But that doesn't matter. All that matters is that it looks pretty, and it looks just enough like a game. And it looks just enough like that you can sell it. I want you to imagine Morkborg with completely different art. I want you to think about this. And I mean shitty art, like what price glory tier. Like, I have an affection for what price glory. Like, but I want you to imagine Morkborg coming out with this fucking art right here. Like, imagine it looking like this. Not a single human being would have bought fucking Morkborg. It would have been regulated to the OSR ship route. But it looked striking. It looked just right. It looked the way that, again, the Grogs are. It looked like an OSR game's supposed to look, right? It's supposed to look like that. It's supposed to be grimy and gritty, and you die in one hit, and it's so edgy. Oh my god, fuck you. Fucking hate it. Loathe. Hate everyone involved with it. Yeah, it's like, but yeah, like, people want you to buy the art because the art's easy to sell. Honest to God, it's a lot easier to sell art than anything else. Because if you want to sell gameplay, you really want to sell it, you sell a 5e book. Because a 5e book, people are going to play it, people know how to play it, and people are going to understand how to play it. I want to sell you a really hyper-specific game. Cool, you're going to get a hyper-specific audience of 5 guys, 4 of which are going to pirate it. Because why wouldn't they? It's free. Because the 5th guy is their GM kind of thing. Like, here's the thing. Like, I am lucky enough that people for some reason think I know what I'm doing. I'm fucking lucky. It's like, I'm not gonna lie. Why can't people just go back to the zine scene, make games the same way people make pulp novels? It's so cheap to make and make returns. Well, the problem is with, like, when you go into the idea of, like, the zine scene, is people keep trying to do that, but the zine scene... There's a reason why the zine scene died in the first place. It died because it got more easy to access things. It got a lot easier to view things. It got a lot easier to do things. And the problem with the zines in general, and you kind of get the idea. Let me draw this out for you. Effectively, a zine scene does best when you have a pretty niche but very controlled audience. You know people are going to want to purchase your zine because you've put effort into it, and they know you, you know them. It's a big happy family. Very limited scene. Because in the good old days with the pulp novels and all that, audiences weren't very large. You could make a profit off of it. But the problem is this now. Because it's not just you. No, you gotta remember, you're not competing against you. You're not just competing for a couple eyes, with 5 other people who might be doing something radically different. You're now competing with Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. You are fighting all of these things. You're fighting Lancer. You're fighting Mouse Rider. You're fighting Fist. You're fighting all of these fucking games at once. Because every single game wants their eyes on you. And people get scared. People don't want to learn new things. Oh, you want to make a brand new game? Whoa, I don't understand that. I don't want to. That's why you actually find like a lot of these games tend to be very simple to understand. Because they want to make sure people don't want... They're very simple games with very striking concepts. Like, because that's what it has to be. because you're never going to sell anything otherwise. You want to make a complicated game nowadays? Sorry, you ain't going to go fast. Triangle Agency is literally an entire game about getting on your knees and sucking a cock. Like, that's literally what the game is. Oh, it's not really that. Fuck you, it is. Like, that's the entire point of Triangle Agencies. It's an extremely high concept game with, oh, look at all the striking artwork, even though there's not really that much artwork in the game. It is, again, but get on your knees. You get the idea. That's exactly what Triangle Agency is all about, what it wants to do. You're competing with that. You're competing with people who have a marketing budget who pretend to be indie. Your thing ain't going to get an audience anymore. That's the problem. If you aren't going to get an audience, you got to go to the place worth the audience. And then it's I actually met see 6 More Vodka at an art event in 2016. I couldn't stop talking about Degenesis, but I had no idea it was TRPG because Marco kept talking about how great he is of an artist. Didn't sell any copies. Yeah. Degenesis fucking died. You want to know why Degenesis died? Because no one wanted to buy a $40 book from that was actually a relatively complicated system. Great looking game. Play it in Savage Worlds. Like, pirate it, play it in Savage World. But wait, he gave it away for free because he expected people to do that, but not start a Patreon or not start any of the other methods, and he instead required that you, like, gift him through his own website. It was very weird. Yeah, it was a very, we've talked about Degenesis. I know about Degenesis and how it died. It's, on one hand, it's like professional business mails. Anyone respond to your game request? No. But yeah, no, the problem is, at this point, there are so many people entering the sphere who are yeah, we contacted both sides of Genesis, yeah. It's like one of the things is like you have so many people and you have so many people fighting for it. It is a crab bucket. Everybody, like, how do I want to? Everybody wants to be the next big game, but if there's a million different pulp novels, no one's going to buy a million of them because there aren't that many people, things considering. There really aren't that many people who are big tabletop fans. There are people who are fans of things, but there's a reason I don't want to cover anything remotely big. And like, even why Anima was such kind of like a interesting video to do, because people knew what Anima was, obviously, but a lot of people didn't, because people were scared of it. People are intimidated by Anima. Good reason sometimes. People are... It is what it is. 80% like TRPGs. You must always remember. You must always remember, Simber. I've been playing TRPGs for 10 years. There is a non-zero chance they have played not a single other game than D&D 5th edition. I want you to remember that. And that is so funny to me. It is the infinite jest, even. It is the infinite comedy bit. I laugh. Your friends are dead, and yet you laugh. I don't like Doomer posting. Like, but sometimes it's... And again, maybe I'm wrong, but I'm noticing a lot more of like the mid-range companies, like your bigger, relatively larger companies. They're going for more licensed works. They're going for more reliable things. We want to make a steady pipeline of reliable releases. Is that a bad thing? No, maybe? I don't know. Like, we'll use like Modiphius. Like Modifius. Modifius is an entire, arguably, their entire library. Octum Cthulhu, Dune, Fallout, Star Trek, Cohors Cthulhu, Dishonored, Homeworld, Infinity, John Carter. These are all like over half of these are franchises, and if you look at here, it's like Cult. They don't own Cult. Like this is something that they're just publishing. Liminal Spaces, Basin, which technically is Free League, which is no better really. Like because if we look at Free League, for example, like Free League Publishing has 20 people working on it. But hey, Alien the role-playing game, Cyborg, Morkborg, fucking Borgs, Lord of the Rings, Twilight 2000, Blade Runner, another fucking board game, The Electric State, which got a TV show. Let's not forget The One Ring, because don't forget, Lord of the Rings role-playing is just the 5e version. Yeah, don't forget about the 5e version. They don't own Mutant Year Zero. You gotta remember, they don't own the Mutant franchise. Ricardo asked the Menor, like, Tales from the Loop, like, there's a lot of... We want to publish reliable things. That's why we're going to publish the Walking Dead universe role-playing game. Because the Walking Dead universe role-playing game is going to be a reliable return on investment. People are going to buy that. Why do we want to publish the One Ring so badly? We want to publish One Ring because Tolkien fans are going to buy anything. We want to buy the Blade Runner game. Why do we want the Blade Runner game? Even though it's a very weird and unique game. People want Blade Runner because it has that title in it. Blade Runner. And there's a couple other. I think probably another one of the big ones, Magpie. Magpie Games was very notorious for this. I'll be the first one to fucking say it. So... if we look at Magpie Games, nearly their entire catalog is dominated by Avatar Legends stuff. Masks, Root. Did they write PBTA? No, they didn't write PBTA. They just wrote all these things, which use effectively the same system endlessly on each other. And like Root, they made a Root RPG and didn't use D12s like Root does. Because, I don't know, Clown Society TM. But yeah, it's like book bundles and things like that. Because like Avatar Legends makes the money. Root makes the money. It's something that's recognizable, large, and easy to understand. Everything Electric State that isn't the book isn't great. Yeah, it happens. Like, the game has actually evolved from 5 to become something completely new and different after Mark of Damnation, necessary evil to be seen. D&D 1 seems to be a dud no one cared about. It's an apocalyptic event we thought of. Maybe because politics taking more headspace. Maybe because of inflation. Like, the thing is with like D&D 1, I think people... it did go over with a dull thud. And generally speaking... it wasn't the collapse of Hasbro or Wizards of the Coast. It wasn't the... there was always the third option of the nothing ever happens devil appears and starts twerking over our problems. And when the nothing ever happens devil appears, nothing ever happens, as one might understand. Like IRL art stuff is just weird field. It is a weird field. I think one of the biggest issues with TRPGs in general is that TRPGs are very small, very niche, and very dominated by a few power players. And those very few power players do make a lot more calls than we would like to. Clicks form and dominate the medium. Yeah, exactly. Honest to God, that's what it is. It's just clicks form and... you know, people want to... We do... you work in the mines long enough, you're going to get your game from Evil Hat. You know, you work... you know, everyone knows each other. We're all happy. Everyone's working. You get the big money. Critical Role's a multi-million-dollar company. You got to remember that. Critical Role makes millions of dollars. They are a huge super franchise. But it's not because of D&D. D&D is just the benefit from it. Like that's one thing you always got to remember. But things like Critical Role did really well because you had very talented actors being very talented, and everyone was like, "Wow, it's very fucking like." I started doing TRPGs 2 years ago. I want a new art scene like the indie comic scene. John Crumb Comics, Banshee Lord of the Rings. I don't sell. One of the issues is generally, how do I want to word this? TRPGs have been having more and more issues finding a space where they fit in. And that's an issue. It really is. Board games, RPGs, you name it. Why would I do that when it's easier? You want to know why Baldur's Gate 3? Want to know why Baldur's Gate 3 did really well? But the sales didn't really transfer over to D&D as much as they hoped? It didn't do it because people liked playing Baldur's Gate 3 alone. They liked playing it alone without 3 to 5 other people. And 3 to 5 other people kind of thing. You don't got to get around. You don't have to worry about people. Everything's pre-written for you. Everything's really nice. Vidya is ultimately kind of the damnation of when it comes to the world of TRPGs. And that's a little bit doomeric to say. Obviously, video games can't replicate everything, but all I'm saying, guys, because you can make all decisions and not to fight over who gets the new sword. Exactly. Let's take all the fun parts about TRPGs and remove all the parts that people don't like. Let's remove the human element from it and just give you a really well-crafted story. Well, yeah, but we want to be able to do whatever we want. That's the point. That's what the beauty of RPG is. No, it's not. No. Part of me wants to make smaller projects. Part of me wants to make a cross between Fatal and Campaign for North Africa, so to freak people out. Yeah, exactly. This is why Bridge Commander over there feels weird, because it isn't close at all. Like, yeah, the thing is, you've got Vidya inching closer and closer to that human element. The people like Baldur's Gate 3 because it's interesting characters, you got fun story, and you can scave scum if you want, and you can sit around and bum around for an hour or save and load. If you play for 30 minutes, save the game real fast and go do something else, go to the store. You can pause. I don't think people quite understand how powerful the ability to pause is. Like, that would be so nice in some groups. Like, okay, pause. I need to, like, watch, like, 2 hours of fucking YouTube shorts. Like, I just wanna watch 2 hours of fucking YouTube shorts of supernatural clips. Hey, I want to watch this documentary on the Hand Witch by Defunct Lanigan because it's cool and interesting. Like, what? You can't do that in a game. Everyone looks at you weird when you try. And it's sometimes that this what happens. And you're seeing more and more video games kind of appeal to that fantasy almost. And you're getting more games that are, how do I want to word this nicely? Yeah, I'll use a game that I like. In Dragon Age Origins, a standard encounter will take you about 5 minutes. And that's a pretty standard encounter. That's a couple decent-sized enemies, a pretty strong one, you know, you get the idea. About 5 minutes. That same encounter in Dungeons & Dragons, probably about an hour and a half. Maybe. It's long. It's time-consuming. TRPGs don't do much well. And the thing it does best The thing that it does perfectly is that interaction between me, you, all our friends. That's something that it's entirely unique, and it's the only medium that does that. I think that's important. I think that's interesting. I think that's what I love the most about TRPGs, is the idea of being able to interact with, even just talking to people and role playing things out, having fun like that. That is entertaining. That is fun. No other thing can do that. I can't yell at Lae'zel and tell her she's a cunt. Or I can't say, Shadowheart, please, just make the right fucking decision, I am begging you. Like a beer and pretzels TRPG? Oh yeah, there's plenty of those. A lot of them are just they're little quick games that you can play shit-faced with one hand. Yeah, 30, 40 minutes. Most of the time, though, they are one joke. Honey Heist, I think, is a good one. Honey Heist is literally the joke is that you are bears. That's the joke, everyone, is that you are bears and you are bearing it up because haha, get it, it's bears, Barrington, haha, hee hee hoo. Like that's the entire joke almost. It's like you get that one joke. And that sells. There's a reason people keep citing the guy who made Honey Heist and keep giving him work for some unholy fucking reason. But there's also a reason why all the people who really love Honey Heist have never played Honey Heist and just saw them play it on Critical Role once. But they also played the Wendy's RPG on Critical Role. So hey, what the fuck do I know? Lasers and feelings. Yeah, shit like lasers and feelings. Honey Heist? Yeah. Yep, Honey Heist TRPG. It's a game where you play bears by Rowan Deckard and Card. Technically, it's by one of them. Good night. Yeah, no, it's... what a beautiful night for doomerisms, right, everyone? I don't like being as doomer as. I like feeling a little bit more enthusiastic. I like feeling hope. Hope. Because hope, what inspires us, what makes us want to do better in it. I think that's important. It's maybe the real friends. Or the people we found along the way. I woke up at 5 o'clock this morning, by the way, at 5 a.m. I'm fucking tired. Cut me a little bit of slack here. I have been working on Cruciform. I wrote Monte Blanco. I need to write Wick Hills. I know how to write everything. It's just time. 3 more days of Curse. 3 more days, and so it'll make 2014 go away. Oh, Wuso, you silly Billy. 2014 is gonna look like it's gonna look like easy mode with 2025. Woo! I love it. I love it. Let's. Yes, we file correctly. I'm just gonna set up the now, just so I don't forget, because I'm probably going to, because it's going to be very, very. Probably won't do a stream tomorrow because I wasn't really planning on waking up at fucking 5 a.m. Schnook this gay earth. Sorry, everyone. Only Skibbity Rizzler toilet. Yacht? Like, what's the slang now? I don't, like... I saw that one being like, I watched the entirety of Skibbity Toilet, and this is what I learned. I saw that video. I just saw the thumbnail. I'm like, no. No. Like, you ever see something, you're like, no, I'm good. Oh, goodness. Like, yeah, you know what? I'm good. Nope, absolutely not. I'm good. And, like, what do you even reply to that? How do you reply to Skibbity Toilet? You don't. However, developers, writers, and showrunners of Skibbity Toilet, if you want the official Skibbity Toilet tabletop role-playing game, your boy Notepad Anon is fully willing and ready to rizz you up about it, as the kids would say. I just saw the viewer count dip, just drop. What? Come on, guys. I can't get anything fun and productive, so I may as well attempt to appeal to my real audience. I have to appeal to my real Zoomer audience. You should contact the Digital Circus people. Hello, would you like me to make a Digital Circus role-playing game? I, for one, think I am great at doing it. Have no fear. Get the Has-Been Hotel people in there. I can write fuck like 16 different times. Like, that's what we could do the Vizzy-Pop role-playing game, where every single chapter is just fuck. Be great. It all comes tumbling down, tumbling down, tumbling down. Attack font. What's share tech? I want to like get the idea like it's like looks like a screen. Get the idea. Feel in pain. Chapter 1, fucking characters. Chapter 2, fucking magic. Chapter 3, fucking fighting. 4, your fucking stuff. Those fucking assholes. Fuck. Sorry, everyone. We have to have sex. And see, here's the best part, is I know someone that we can contact to do the official music video for it. Don't worry, I think he'd be very excited for it. Next pussy fucks blast. As you can tell, everyone, we are a very mature stream here. We're all very grown-up adults who are in fact adults. We too are heavily educated and love Rick and Morty. Have any of you actually watched Rick and Morty? Like, don't lie to me. Have you watched? I watched like the first season, and I'm like, all right, that was fun. I don't want to watch. Like, am I the weird one for that? Like, it kind of fell off a rock a little. Like, it was there, like, one day it felt like it was fucking everywhere, and then the next it just disappeared. Gone. Huh. What a peculiar sensation. Definitely not. And I'm on that. I don't know what the fuck that was. Have no fear, everyone. It's our favorite time of the day. It's figuring out fonts. We fucking love fonts. I love fonts, baby. Don't you hurt me, Everett. Don't you hurt me anymore. I love fonts. I love you, Mr. Font. Zam. Like, I'm not opposed to this font header. Yeah, like, the thing with, like, Rick and Morty, like, it was so popular there for a while. You get the idea? Like, it was so popular. Everyone was Rick and Morty posting. But then one day, seemingly out of nowhere, it just stopped. It just faded. It just went away. I find that so interesting. I know, didn't Justin Roiland get fucked or something? Like, he got screwed. Would it be him? Oh god, fatigue's hitting me. Whoa. No, SpaghettiOs. Oh no. 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 I think he got hit by. I think so. It was that or something else. He did some. Wait, no, it was Hmm. Mm. Yeah, let's see. So we've got. If we want a little bit more techie. See, my only wish is that these were like, hey, I like this. Do you have something similar to this? Like, that would be my thing. And like, hey, you have something I like here. Can we please get the real one? Like, mostly because they changed the content. Nova Square. Hollow. I'm on Shinji. Yada yada. What? An angel who has forgotten. Rise, I'm young boy, man. Let's try code. Okay, no. Share. I don't really notice a. Yeah, I'm not really. I guess share text a little bit more. I guess it's monospace versus monospaced. Unless we do. Unless we do something like we capitalize everything. That'd be fucking weak. Capitalize. Gross. Ching Chong. Ugh. 5 hours with the rare. Is this supposed to be the? I think I was the guy in the McDonald's that killed it. Lamar Automod. Gross. Ching Chong. Stops you from kill, but doesn't stop the boss from spamming. Yeah, no, it's great. It's let's see, what am I looking at? Like, how are we feeling about this? We feeling good? We feeling how do we vibe with this? how are you vibing with this this imagery, font choice? Like, I can't draw to save my life, and I have no interest in it. But finding the right font, welcome to my domain. This is my domain. Looks neat. Then again, you've seen my font choices. Yes, I have, Spartan. Pure agony. Spartan, this is a little bit of a story here. Spartan sent me like a document. He wanted me to look over it. And I was like, all right, let's look over it. I don't know. Spartan, I love you, man. You're a great chatter. You're a great guy. What the fuck? I was like, what the fuck am I reading? It was great. Like, it's great. Trust me, every now and again I get fucking flashbanged by people sending me like games. Like, oh, here's my game, and it's like this horrific font, or it's in like fucking Wingdings or something. I swear to God, some people send it to me, and people wonder like, why do you not like why do you hate Morkborg as much as you do? Because I can't fucking read it half the time, and my eyes hurt. I am not going to be positive about anything that makes my eyes hurt to. Is that weird of me? I don't think it's weird. Elion, like an angel who has rise up. Or Bridge Simulator. Yeah, welcome to Nerve Bridge Simulator. What this game is based off of. Heck of a better word. I have a deep affection for this because it's actually genuinely interesting. If I had it my way, again, infinite time, infinite budget, I would literally hire the guy who did this and just be like, do the art. Just make all of the art pretty. Do everything, and I will pay you in love and affection. Oh yeah, we were fucking CAG at that point, yeah. Good times. Yeah, we were, shit got weird very quickly. Try Zen Antique for the Seraph's main title. Try Zen Antique? Have Zen Antique? No, I don't. Because the funny thing is, like, I actually have the Evangelion. Fun fact, I do actually have the Ava font. That's not the right thing to open, by the way. Okay, Notepad. That great decision of opening the wrong thing. Computer, please do not have a shit fit. I am begging you. Not to yeah, no, okay. You stop that. Stop that right now. Like I can so here's this. You can find this on a effectively you can find it on the Internet Archive and like it's effectively a fan disc. But this is the actual font they use. And they handed out this font, mind you, in a literal like fan disc. You could get the official Evangelion font. There's two of them. There's standard and classic. They're slightly, ever so slightly different. One of those things like you wouldn't really mostly with. But yeah, technically I do have the Ava fonts, and I did find them. If you ever see this exact font, understand that is an Ava font. Mucho for body text. Pretty much identical fonts to the Nerve document. Very little importance. Should my PC stats be based on the power or their skills? Vigilante Journal RP. Generally, if it's like Vigilante, like journaling RPG, you can kind of go with either depending on like how vigilante you want to go, if that makes sense. Something in fact. It's literally just Ava Matisse. Morecho. Yeah, we can try Morecho. See, it's one of those things like vigilantes and stuff. Like, you can go... There's a lot of different angles you can go for that. Um, actually, man, ooh, I do not like that. I do not like that because of the fix. That's really tight. Like maybe like 7. Like, ooh. So like, okay, so here's one option. We can go with option 2, railway. Railway. Set it. Railway was Zen. I wasn't too sure on Zen at first. I'm gonna be honest, wasn't too sure on it. Kinda growing on me. Growing me a little. So we've got, or we can go with the share tech way. We go with share tech. A little bit more techy. So it's kinda like, which has a dynamic. Can I update the actual weight? Technically, we can go thin and make it legible. Technically, it's also black. Black will be nice. Unironically, I really hate fonts that don't do a good bold. Because if I want to bold something, I'd like it to pop out a little more. But yeah, should do. Extra lights. Maybe we do it at Mauricio 10. Like, we feeling this? Feeling this at all? M+1. We looked at M+1. Like, the issue with M+1 is yeah, like that. Actually, hmm. We keep you like this. You good work. Okay, well, we're gonna keep it like this. If I decide against it, I decide against it, and we'll go from there. I have a feeling we're going to have some small issues getting everything to fit nicely, but that's just the price we gotta pay. You know, as they say, freedom isn't free. If we bring you down here, heading 2 needs to then NT. Make this first, second. You're 30. That means if we do paragraph style border shading, but we format paragraph style border shading, we make the border with 1.5 here instead, so it's thing there. It's a little bit less for heading 2. Then we hit third impact. Third impact, it would be, we reduce it by 6. It would be 18. We unbold it, but we keep it still fully capitalized. And we paragraph style border shading. We bring it down a low. Unless we do something like that. That should work. Honestly, yeah, I think that. Okay. So it's gonna be a little bit weird contesting with that, but that should be fine. But yeah, there we go. I think this works pretty well. Yeah, okay. This works. Damn, Google and it's everything font. Damn indeed. But yeah, alright. This should work for now. I am going to leave now. Because I am... functions will work more later. Exactly. I am going to leave now. Raid. Yeah, we can... Let's see who's available for raiding. Also, have no fear. Here... Here's the various pilots. Let me see. I think he's still alive. Where is he? Where's my boy? That's not. Nope, that's not her. Where is he? This is where we lost Agak. Yeah, we lost Cag. Very sad. But he was alive. He was alive at that point. He was incapacitated. Effectively, a child burned to death. In Nerve Bridge Simulator, yes, a child burned to death. Because everyone really hated him, but everyone liked him at the end, and then kept rolling very. And because he started rolling very, very poor, everything went gradually worse for him, and it was very sad. Who are these people? I don't know any of these people. Don't like any of them. I'm not. Go away, real people. I want anime girls. Zam, Gia rated her before Sleepy Project, a lot of viewers, but she's good enough people. Let's see who's available. We gotta find some people. In the lower categories, one might say. You know, why are you even here? You are flesh and blood. Why are you here? Why are we here? Just to suffer? Every day I... Why are you here? What are you fucking doing here? That's not how this works. What's the point of categories if people don't listen to the categories? That's... But why? Truly. A Sasuga. Sleep. Yeah. Is... Gee... You rated her. Got any... Moth. Actually, I know who we can... I know who to consult, everyone. Let's go to WVT! Nothing bad happens on WVT. Got a karaoke stream? I don't want a onesie. Let's see. Birthday stream. Oh boy, we love birthday streams. You got a birthday. You like birthday streams, everyone, right? Do we want karaoke or a birthday stream, everyone? That's the decision right now. Birthday streams. All right, birthday streams, everyone. We love birthday streams. Let's see.
Because I need to strengthen my stamina and my legs so that I can actually be better at drumming so I can actually do metal music.
All right, everybody. Time, I think it's time, everyone. We're going to be rating. No one came to my birthday party. Have no fear. We're going to crash the party. Make sure everyone says happy birthday. This is very important. Everyone must say happy birthday. All right, everyone. There's your raid message. Happy birthday. All right. Godspeed. Good luck. Love you all. I am as they say. Bye.